Choosing the person that you will be with forever can be your biggest blessing or your biggest curse. And choosing the people who feed into your marriage have a tremendous impact on who you guys will be together moving forward. Welcome back to another episode of Finding Love, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can stay up to date on everything that we're talking about.
Make me feel complete. Is OD, you got me, is OD. Baby, you're all that I need. Now I can be what you mean to me. Boy, I know you need this.
So we're going to start this off with a very controversial reel that went totally viral, and there's so many different polarizing opinions, but let's get into it and you'll hear our take on it. But don't forget to let us know what you think in the comments below.
It's just not worth it dealing with someone else every single day of your life. Every day. I've been married for about 7 years, and I don't even know if this is worth it. And not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong. There's nothing wrong, and that's the point. I don't even know why I'm upset. I'm just, not thinking that I made the right decision. And I am a good man. I do. And that's not the point. The point is, it's you really do lose yourself. You lose your sense of individuality. You lose your sense of peace. And this could be even to a good man. You're gonna lose something, and I don't think it's worth it.
I have so many emotions watching that. My first reaction is, how dare you, wife? That's what you go talk to your therapist about, okay? Your close girlfriends. That is not what you come on these internets talking about, crying and really just bringing shame to your household. That part alone is unforgivable. But then I also think about how many women responded to me talking about being depleted. Mm-hmm. And a big part of being a nurturing woman who shows up in a marriage and shows up as a mother is taking care of everybody else. Mm-hmm. And it does not mean that your man is not good because you are not feeling fulfilled. This could be a good person. This could be a good provider. This could be, a great father. He could be all the things, but still not be depositing into you. So from that perspective, I understood it. I also had to dig into that postpartum bag. I would be very curious to see if she's coming off of a new baby or a transitional period with children, before they go to daycare, after they start daycare, starting kindergarten, starting middle school. All of those transitions do something to moms.
Yeah.
Okay? All of them. So it hurt my soul so badly because she clearly did not have the community to lean on. She said, I'm gonna take these to the streets. I'm going on these here internets and cry and smoke my smokes and talk about my relationship and really talk negatively about marriage in a way that shed off some negative light on her. Instead of being able to go to your community, seek wise counsel, go to a therapist, because something is going on internally with this woman. I think it is extremely important for men to not think that being a good dude is the end all be all. I saw the other day that it said an amazing man is just an average woman, right? Yeah. So a man, don't let him cook it clean. Yeah. Ooh, he the best one. Every woman cook it clean, right? Every good woman, right? Don't let him be present and not yelling at you or being mean to you and maybe emotionally sound. Ooh, baby. And don't let him have a couple dollars on top of it. Now, when you think about that in terms of women, I don't know a woman who doesn't have those. I don't know a woman who doesn't cook clean, have a couple dollars, and can be emotionally sound, right? Mm-hmm. And it goes back to that when I'm watching that. I'm watching that and I'm seeing that even though her man is probably good by all of the standards of men. It's not enough to fulfill her and make her feel whole in this season.
Right. And it's easy to look at this as a married person and feel a little bit betrayed, because typically what happens in marriage stays in your marriage and you guys work through it together.
Yep.
So although you see a woman who's hurt, as a husband, you feel a little bit betrayed because you feel as though you want to bear that on your shoulders. You want to be there for your wife so that you can guide her through this moment. Because, of course, we choose our spouse. At least in today's world, our spouse is not chosen for us. So there's another aspect of, look, please choose your spouse wisely, because when you make a decision to go through marriage and go into marriage with somebody, you also make the decision to go through the fire with them. And it looks as though she's dealing with the issue of trying to find her individual self and her individual voice. And although you are married, you still want to be able to have a sense of self. But somewhere along the way, she lost that. And so she comes out to social media and almost invites them into her marriage. But I would also like to impart some questions of, did you guys have the conversations of what marriage really is for each other? Because I'm looking at a person that just looks totally shell-shocked from what marriage has done to her instead of what it has done for her.
I agree with that 100%. It also, I think it says she was married for 7 years.
Yes.
Which historically they say the 7-year itch, right? So 7 years, you start to say, okay, things are falling in line, right? We got maybe a kid or two. We got a house. Our bills are intertwined. Our bank accounts are intertwined. And you start being like, hold up.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did I make the right decision, right? And it's called that because statistically so many marriages hit this spot during that time frame where they start to rethink things. And I think that is important to look at the stages of life, because if you get married, 25, 7-year itch coming around 32. 25 and 32-year-olds, woo-hoo, baby, things change. 32-year-olds and 39-year-olds, things are changing in your world. Things are changing with you hormonally, and really just what's going on with America is affecting you differently. Having children changes who you are.
Yeah.
So while she is trying to figure out how to find who she is in this moment, it is not necessarily a knock against her husband. It is more so saying that she's been coasting. She might have been in the same space that she was supposed to be in when they got married, right? When you first get married, you're trying to figure out what being a wife is. You're trying to be a good wife. You're trying to be a good mother. And you're trying to do all the things right? I remember feeling shamed into breastfeeding, right? So all of these things are coming at you. And now you think that you have found your place in these new titles: mother, wife, family woman, right? And all of the titles that you had prior to are so few and far in between.
Yeah.
You don't even know that person anymore.
Yeah.
And now that you see yourself in these new titles, getting new responsibilities, getting new issues to solve, new things to nurture, you can get pulled in a lot of different directions, and none of them are for you. Yeah. So her saying, waking up to the same person every single day, of course, people in the comments, I'm a comment creeper. They like, she for the streets, and I felt a little bit of that element too. I was like, wait a minute. That's the problem? Is it waking up to the same person? Or is it more so that you are feeling stuck in this shell of who you are supposed to show up as a wife, and you don't feel like you are being your true, authentic self?
Yeah.
You need things that you do with your spouse. Absolutely. But you absolutely got to have some things that you do by yourself. And it can be as simple as a book club.
Yeah.
Or a shopping date once a month or something, whatever. Don't give me in my accountant bag. I start giving you a budget. But whatever the case may be, it has to be something for you. And again, it's just giving me flashbacks of the darkest times in our marriage. And most of it was postpartum, where I felt guilty for getting my nails done, guilty for getting my hair done, guilty for being away from the house for anything that didn't pertain to the house,
Yeah.
right? And so because of that, I did lose myself.
Mm-hmm.
I was a get my hair, nails, eyebrows, wax, everything girl on a regular basis, had my standing meetings. So to come into a space of I fit it in where I get it in, that was a shell shock.
Mm-hmm.
That's some of the simplest stuff. The simplest things in life that a woman has grown accustomed to being snatched up from under her to take care of the household can deplete her in ways that she did not know were possible.
Yeah.
And because of that, I just wish she didn't take it to the streets.
Right. Right. And in marriage, you're gonna go through many different seasons,
Mm-hmm.
and some are gonna be extremely challenging.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be able to stick in it and help your spouse through it, especially if it's a season that is more challenging for them. But before we even get to marriage, we have to look at who that person is going to be as a spouse. Because if that person is always feeling alone, a spouse is not going to fix that person.
Right.
Because that person is experiencing that internally. Now, your spouse can make an effort to always help you along the way and be in it with you, but they can't fix you. And I think that's what happens a lot in today's era of dating, as far as people trying to choose a spouse and get married. They want the celebration.
Yeah.
They want the things that are all glitz and glam and things that are going to feel good.
Yep.
But they don't understand that when you choose a spouse, that's your work buddy. That's who you want to get into it with. And there's going to be a consistent effort on your part and a consistent effort on my part to always work on ourselves, because we trust the other one's going to work on each other. The other thing that I see in this video that just echoes to me is that we live in a cancel culture and we live in an exit culture. Everybody's looking for the off ramp soon as something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for the exit door when things aren't going your way. And in marriage, when you decide to enter that covenant with somebody, that is more than just a contract. That is more than just love. That is the utmost commitment before God, that you say, no matter what you tell me, no matter what happens, I'm not going to run away from you. I'm going to be here for you, and I'm going to stick with you no matter what, because I promised that I'd be here. I promised you, I promised God, and I have a commitment to our future because I know you would do the same for me.
I also see this crash out moment that she had publicly as being a season, a moment in time. I don't think this is 7 years of regret. I think that this week he'd been ignoring her, or this week she couldn't do something she wanted to do, or this month, she's been feeling alone and she decided to let the blow up come out, right? And like you said, this runaway culture that we're in, where it's like, on to the next. This divorce is so accepted, divorce is divorce parties, okay? It can't get no more acceptable than we celebrating it, all right? And because of this, it was clear that she felt comfortable with whatever the repercussions of going public about this was. But you said something about dating. And I believe that he missed a couple questions. I would go out on a limb and say she hasn't been in a lot of long-term relationships. Someone who's like, oh my God, I got to wake up to the same person every day is a part of their rant. It's probably someone who's had a variety of people. 7 years might be the longest relationship she ever had her entire life, right? And I think that when you talk about marriage and you talk about being with someone for the rest of your lives, you need to look at character. You need to look at the things that don't change. You need to look at who they are when nobody else is watching. And you need to ask those questions and then see what the answer is really telling you. You know, why haven't they been in a long-term relationship? What's going on with them? Was it them, or were they not able to, have anyone that wanted to commit to them, or did they not want to commit? Look at what it's telling you. And let me stop beating her down because I feel like she's going through something.
No,
I
no, I
do.
got you.
But on her end too, you fell in love with the idea. Because there's no way in the world that within 7 years with a good man, you're feeling like, why did I do this?
Right.
You could be feeling like, this got to get better soon. Or I can't believe we're in this rough patch. Or I can't wait for these kids to get out of here. You might be thinking all types of other stuff. But the fact that you're like, I got to wake up to him, lets me know that it wasn't really the chemistry connection that you thought it was on the front end.
Yeah. And one thing that you kind of touched on, but you were very intentional about, was the community that we were around. And I'm not sure if it was God aligned or a little bit of luck, but a lot of your friends were getting married around the time that we were getting married.
Yeah.
And
we were at weddings every week.
Man, it seemed like every day. But what you get with that is you have people that you're in it with. And because they have the same motivation and the same objective of we're in it to win it and we're going to be here together.
Yeah.
Now you have people speaking life into your marriage. And I'm not sure if she has that, right? So much that she turns to social media.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing that I would say that was a total addition to our marriage. And I give you kudos because a whole lot of my friends, they just single out here. But they some good men. So if y'all some good ladies, just kind of DM us some stuff and I'll send the resumes over. But that also got me thinking about something that we were talking about. And I'm actually going to put it right here because I think this also speaks to the power of community. This is a post from Black Millionaires. The title is Michigan Attorneys Says He Has 12 New Divorce Cases This Month linked to the T app. A quick blurb here says, a Dearborn lawyer says a woman-only social app that lets users anonymously share details about men is driving a surge in local divorce cases.
Yikes. So it's so interesting because I heard that you could put like red flags and everybody can add like they red flags. So some men got hundreds of red flags, 10 red flags. And if you are a wife and you're in a marriage that you even think is halfway decent, you're not looking at the T app. You're not on a T app. You're not associated with it. You don't have, it's not a part of your world. But one of your girlfriends might be on there and they say, hey, I saw your husband. Okay. What is that? Was it a picture from within this last 8 years, that we've been married? Or what is it saying? And if it says something so damning to this man's entire reputation in your eyes, I think that y'all were on the verge of getting divorced anyway. You were just looking for the evidence, which cheaters, it always comes out. You don't know. You might be at a concert, look, hugging on your person, and it just comes out, But the T app, I think that is cool.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, right now, especially with how dating has gone so internationally, you could date somebody, across the ocean. And to not be able to have that third party representative tell you like, nah, you just can't go with my homegirl, or no, I know his cousin, we cool. I'm gonna need a little something. I'm gonna need a little teeny something, especially if you get into that big age and it's, it's time to get this moving. You're gonna need to know a little something about this person, and hopefully they're not on the T app with 172 red flags.
I'm gonna start off by saying community is powerful.
Yeah.
And you can find whatever community that you want to find. So if you want to find somebody that's speaking life into marriage, you can find a community for that.
Yep.
But what we have here on the T app is that you got a whole lot of people that feels as though it can be anti-marriage.
Yeah.
Or the what did they have? The He-Man Woman Haters Club, whatever the inverse is of that. That's what's going on the T app.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
and so if you find yourself navigating on the T app,
yeah.
then you probably gonna find yourself with a negative outlook
Yeah.
on marriage
Yeah.
because we are what we consume.
That's
And
facts.
one thing that I will say this about my wife, she's also intentional about who she hangs out with and who she's going to be with. Just last week, she had a golf outing with her girls, two of which love their husband very much. But does that mean they don't go through things? Does that mean that they don't feel depleted at times?
No.
Does that mean that they don't get along with their husband at times?
No.
But what do you have in that community? You have a community that is there for you
Yep.
to say, you know what? I felt that too. And this is how we got through it. Hey, guess what? He did that too, but I promise he's going to come around. You know why? Because I know he loves you. That is a different type of community.
Facts.
So you can embrace that community.
Yeah.
And guess what happens when you leave that golf outing? You leave there full.
Yeah.
You leave there sure that you have good friends, but you also leave there sure that you have a good spouse.
Yes.
We can go on another golf outing with friends that are talking about what this man did to me. He coulda, woulda, shoulda done this. Or men ain't nothing. Or he's never, ever going to understand me. He's never, ever going to do what I need. And if all you're hearing is that from your community of friends, then what's your outlook going to be on your man or on the thought of marriage? All I'm saying is that I can laugh at the T app because I understand where my community is coming from, but I would not encourage it because you might find yourself going into a deep hole.
Yeah.
Because all a community is a chamber that you speak in or look for, and it just echoes back to you of what that is.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because it's like that on anything. Social media, anything that you consume, which is why my kids crack me up because if I'm like on my real gospel kick, like getting into my bag, they like, we on our way to church. And I'm like, I listen to gospel every single morning. So I don't know why, but certain songs that trigger church for them. And I talk to them even now at 7 and 4 about what they consume.
Yeah.
What you show yourself on a regular basis, it is embedded in your thought process. So if you're staying positive, consuming positivity, consuming things that are beautiful about marriage, consuming things about intimacy and about being financially free and all of these things, that's what's in the forefront of your mind. So when you are hitting a rough patch, you're trying to figure out how to get back, not thinking about how to exit. When we talk about marriage, though, I think just going back to that first clip one more time, what really bothered me so much was that there are so many people who desire to be married and they still haven't found the one. And this woman has found a quote unquote good man and has been married for 7 years and is willing to throw it all away, saying that it's not worth it. So she's giving this terrible narrative about what marriage is about, right? She is publicly blasting her husband for being a good man but not good enough. And she's allowing people to say, oh, see, this why I ain't getting married. Men like, shoot, this why ain't no woman gonna be out here on these social medias talking about me like that. And it's women that's like, see, y'all going for the easy catch and not looking for the good women, you know? So it's just, it's like brooding negativity about marriage, negativity about single men and women. And it just gave a narrative that we are trying to get away from.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we're about. We're about talking about why Black marriage and Black love is so dope. Why family and being rooted in the prioritization of family are wealth attaining things to do, right? Like, your wealth goes up congruently with family.
Yeah.
And so it's like, to see things like this go viral, it just really speaks to what the narrative is being pushed to so many people, and it's disheartening.
And what so many people have to understand is that there's a cost to every relationship.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, is the price worth it? See, I understand that marriage is hard, but it's so worth it because the hard does not make it unattractive to me. The hard helps it shape me because it's stretching me and it's stretching my spouse and it's stretching us together. If you're looking for something easy, I don't know what is out there that is worth it if it's coming easy to you. So you got to be able to see if you want to take an exit ramp or if you want something that's worth sticking and going through it, because you understand that when you get on the other side with your partner, that you guys are so much stronger and you guys feel so much more confidence in yourself collectively, but also individually. And that you guys know that you would have never been able to get through that by yourself.
On that note, I think we got a toast.
Let's toast.
So I want to toast to finding your community, finding your people that have similar interests to you, similar values in God, similar beliefs in what marriage and family look like. And find those people to confide in. Find those people to seek value in what is actually happening within yourself and within your relationships. Don't go to these social media internets and stick to the plan. You are worthy, you are beautiful, and you deserve love. So don't stop finding it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We are finally here at season 2, and we could not have done it without any of you.
We're talking all stages of relationships, from dating to courting to marriage to reaching that forever status.
We are bringing all the true stories to the forefront, and guess what? This year, we're coming back bigger, better, and stronger, and it's all because of all of you.
So stay tuned for what we're going to do next. We are on all platforms at I Am Finding Love, and be sure to subscribe to our website at iamfindinglove.com.
And do not forget, tune in each and every Friday as you keep asking us questions and we keep delivering the answers.
Baby, you're all that I need. No, I can be what you mean to me. Make me feel complete. It's OD, you got me, it's OD. Baby, you